If you want to grow your coaching business, but you struggle with imposter syndrome, you think that you're not good enough yet to work with other people, or maybe when it comes about creating content and putting yourself out there, you're feeling anxious, you're afraid of just turning the camera on, recording the video and put it out there. Or maybe when it comes about replying to those text messages, important text messages, you have that strange feeling in your chest and you just put the phone away and you prefer not to check your messages until the next day. Or maybe your business is so successful, your calendar is full of bookings, you have clients upon clients upon clients, but you cannot take on any more. You just wish to grow your business so you can have that financial freedom, but you keep working every single hour of the day on your business because you don't feel like there's anyone out there that you can trust enough to delegate some of the work. Well, if you find yourself in any of these, then I want to promise you that it's not another business system that you need. All you need is to work on the most important part of your business, which is you. Currently, you are functioning on a broken pattern. You are functioning through a broken system which needs to be fixed. And if you don't know me, if you're thinking, who are you? Why should I listen to you? Well, my name is Alexa. I'm a performance coach and a psychology undergraduate. And in the past 2 years, I've invested over £20,000 in working with business mentors because I thought that all I needed was another business system. If I have the system, if I have the plan put down step by step, I'm going to follow through and I'm going to achieve my goals. But none of those three business mentors helped me achieve my goals. I spent the money and I was left with a big question. Why can I not follow a plan? Why do I freeze when I have to create content? Why do I freeze when I'm on a sales call and I can't say the price of my coaching? Why am I underselling my coaching when others are charging hundreds of pounds on a one-to-one session and I can't say the price? I had so many questions, but in the past months, I have done the work. I went through the research and I understood what was happening with me. And because now I understand what is actually affecting us coaches who are struggling to grow the business because of those weird feelings that we have when it comes about executing the tasks. And in this video, I want to show you what is happening, what is actually happening with you, why you're struggling when it comes about building a business. Because if you understand this, you are able to take action and change it, to adjust it. So then, even if you go and work with a mentor and you have the business plan, you can easily follow through and achieve your financial goal, whatever that might be. And that being said, I want to share my screen with you and talk about the attachment styles. If it sounds confusing, just give me a minute and I will explain. If you heard about attachment styles, probably you've heard about it in relation to our romantic relationship, how we attach to our partner and how we function in our relationships. But there's a lot more behind this. Recent studies shows that our attachment style actually affects us in any area of our life. Just to briefly explain, attachment style, it's a style that we form during our childhood, based on our childhood experiences, based on how we interacted with our main caregiver, and therefore we learn to attach, to interact, to create relationships with other people in our life, even later in our life, and is affecting us the most during adulthood when we want to create relationships. So if our relationship with our main caregiver was a nice relationship and a healthy one, then we develop a secure type of attachment where generally we believe that I am worthy of love and others are reliable. You have high emotional resilience, strong regulation, so on and so forth. You trust yourself, you trust your abilities, and you see the world as a safe place where you can navigate whatever is happening. It's a safe place. It doesn't mean that bad things cannot happen, doesn't mean that you don't have bad days, but you believe that you have the skills, the abilities to manage your emotions and live in the world. Now, If the relationship with your main caregiver was not a healthy one, then we develop 3 different types of insecure attachment. One of them is called anxious. It's when your main belief is that I'm only safe if I raise others' discomfort to avoid abandonment. You don't believe that you are worthy, that you are strong enough to be by yourself, to survive in this world by yourself, and therefore you need those around you. But those around you are not reliable, so therefore you must serve and overserve them, so they think that, okay, I need to be next to you. Those with anxious attachment style, they have a chronic fear of rejection. You do everything you can to please others so that they will not reject you. Your hypervigilance to mood shifts. Now you're happy, the next second you're sad, but you cannot tell why. People pleasing, overgiving, poor boundaries. Then avoidant one, your main belief is that relying on people is dangerous, therefore your safety requires absolute self-sufficiency. Now, the avoidant is the opposite of anxious. You believe that you have the skills and abilities to survive on your own because you cannot trust anyone around you. You can't trust the world because the world only wants to hurt you. And if there's one person who shows any interest in you, who shows any kindness, any warmth, any love, any nice emotion towards you, you believe that that person has other reasons they want to get close to you, and the main reason is to hurt you. And therefore, for the avoidant, they suppress their emotional needs. They can't show emotions. There is a deep mistrust of others. There's emotional detachment, and they run away from closeness. Even if they seek a partner, they are in a relationship. In that relationship with the partner, they cannot express emotions. If the partner asks them to, when there's a discussion, and says, it feels like you're not present here, not showing any emotions, you are lost because you want to discuss, but you don't know how to show emotions. You don't know how to express your emotions. And then the third one is a disorganized type of attachment. This is the most exhaustive one because this is the type of attachment where you want closeness. You want that big thing. You want to get close to people, but that thing that you want the most is also the thing that can hurt you the most. So the thing that offers you pleasure, happiness, the happy feelings, it's also the same thing that can literally kill you, that can cause the most pain and hurt. So these type of people, they do everything they can to run towards the thing they want, but on the way there, as they're getting closer to what they want the most, to the person, the relationship, the business that you want, on the way there, you realize that, hold on a second, this also can kill me. I better run away. And you run away, and after a while, you realize, what have I done? That was the thing that I wanted the most, but I ran away, I destroyed everything. And now I have to start again, build again. Now, these are the attachment styles, and this is how they are presented out there, generally related to the relationships, romantic relationships. But then, so we have the attachment styles to the relationships, but what is the link to the business? Because probably think now that I don't get it. You are telling me about business, how I function in my business, but now you're talking about romantic relationships. I'm confused. What is the link to a business? Well, a business, the business that you're trying to build, is not just a business. It's not an email address. It's not a building. It's not your laptop, your phone, or the desk. A business means relationships. You have to interact with people. Even if you're just starting right now and you don't have clients, you're not interacting with anyone, you have to post content out there. You have to make yourself visible. You have to put yourself in the world. Being vulnerable. You have to create relationships. And putting yourself out in the world means danger. Subconsciously means danger to you. If you are struggling with the anxious style, when you create content or when you speak about your business and you have people any small interest in your business, You go and you text the person. You try to do everything that you can to get as close as you can to those people, and you don't let them go. And those people, they're getting scared. And they're getting scared and they leave. And they think that you are just another coach who just wants to sell the service, and they have absolutely no other interest. They don't really want to help, but just want to sell and sell and sell. And they feel overwhelmed by your offers. And then the person goes away and you think, it's probably because I'm not good enough. It's probably because certainly I'm doing something wrong. It's me that I'm not good enough. You don't realize that it's actually the actions, your overwhelming actions, that are pushing people away. Also, business means authority. You have to be the leader out there. You have to be the authority. Those people in here, they cannot be leaders. They cannot be authority. An anxious person just wants to serve people. Someone who wants to serve, constantly serve and follow instructions, cannot be a leader. A leader leads people, shows the way, gives instructions, builds a plan. An anxious person follows the plan, follows instruction, can never be a leader. An avoidant can never be a leader because they want to work alone, on their own. They cannot create relationships. A disorganized, one day they are the leader, they're best leader in the world. They create the plan, they give instructions, they get close to the others, they listen to them, they say, okay, tomorrow we're gonna do this. And when tomorrow comes, the leader never turns up. The disorganized person never shows up, is getting scared and is running away. So therefore, you cannot build a business. But if you think that this is a little bit too much, if you don't understand, if you don't know anything about attachment style, and you try to figure out what type of attachment style you have, down in the description, I've attached a link to a quiz. Now, this quiz is just for you. I'm not collecting any data. So at the end of the quiz, when it's going to show you the results, take a screenshot, save the results because they're not saved in any shape or form. Why I'm sharing this quiz is because it's the quiz that I like it the most. When you look on the internet, people speak about attachment styles just related to romantic relationships. This quiz is showing you the general attachment style and is breaking everything down into all areas of your life, including how you relate to your work, how you grow your business, and how you do everything else. So, that being said, just to briefly explain more in detail about each individual attachment and how it's affecting specifically in your business, how you might behave in your business. The anxious one, the subconscious belief, again, I'm only safe and worthy if I'm erasing someone else's discomfort, and therefore as a behavior, you tend to undercharge. You don't believe that your service is good enough, is worthy enough of the money, and you tend to give discounts. If your monthly subscription is £200, then you tell people, oh, do you know what? If you see any slightly discomfort or on a sales call, the prospect seems like he's not sure, he doesn't really want to work with you, then you say, do you know what? I can give you 50% discount. And you continue to undercharge and overserve your clients. You spend time in between the sessions, texting them, making sure they have everything they want, creating resources, creating content, creating everything you can create for them. As an avoidant, like I said, you don't like relationships. You are avoidant of working one-to-one with people, or if you work one-to-one, it's just a one session where you are strictly to the subject and nothing else. You don't try to learn more about your clients away from the one-to-one session, to understand them as a person, to create relationships with them. And therefore, you tend to create more courses, more resources like PDF and sell them like in that regard. A disorganized attachment, like I said, you want your business to be successful so badly. You want to work with people, you want to help them, and you're so excited when you get your business plan, you get so excited about it, you start doing the work, and as soon as you see results, as soon as you see your business moving in the right direction, as soon as you have clients signing on, you stop and you think, do you know what? I think my website is not pretty enough. I think I need to change the colors. I think my logo doesn't reflect what I'm doing. I think my description on Instagram, it doesn't really say exactly what I'm doing. So you start focusing on irrelevant work that is not moving the needle in the right direction, and subconsciously you are running away. You are destroying the thing that started to grow, and you wake up in 3 weeks time and realize that, I stopped posting content. People are not interested in my service anymore. I'm not available out there. I don't have any discovery calls booked on anymore. You realize that you let your business to fall apart, and you wake up the next day and, I have to do it all over again. You start to do it all over again. You create another business plan, another strategy that you start to follow, only a few weeks later on down the line to do the same thing over again, moving away from it. So if you are a coach who's trying to grow your business, please understand that another business plan, it's not the key, because until you don't understand your attachment style and how you relate yourself to your business, how you function in your business, and how you can change and adapt this to become a secure, attached person to your business, so that you're able to function as you should, like a leader, no business plan will help you. And that's why, if you watch the previous video, I said that the missing piece of the puzzle from the service that a business mentor offers, it is the map that I developed, which means a magnetic vision, alignment mastery, and proven strategy. It is for the same reason, because before you start building a business plan, you have to understand your vision. You have to have a clear vision where you want to go, you as a coach, how you want to grow, and where you want your business to go, as the vision that you have for your business. So first you create the vision, and then you must have an alignment mastery. So the magnetic vision, it works at a cognitive level. You create a clear life vision, a clear life business, but then you have to be in alignment, your beliefs. If you have an insecure attachment style, it will never work, because a secure attachment style means that your self-image, self-worth, and your future self are all aligned. Your future self, your clear vision, you have one, but if your self-identity with values, beliefs, emotions, and focus are not matching whoever you want to become, then there will be a massive gap and you cannot progress. So once you work on these two, then it's time to apply, to work on a proven strategy. These are the behaviors, the things that you do daily in your business. These two are internal conditions. Until the internal conditions are not met, the external ones will never work. Because you keep trying and trying, you work on them, you fall apart, and you come back on trying to create new habits which will not work. So this is the most important part that you must work on if you want to grow your online coaching business. If you understand this, and only when you understand this, you will be able to do the internal work required for you to build a secure attachment style, and then you'll be able to grow, to build a business plan, or to work with a business mentor to get a business plan and to start working on it step by step. In the following videos of this series, I will also present I'll show you in the previous one, the growth system. This is the system that you apply to your business. If you don't have one already, please watch the following videos to understand the simple growth system that you can apply to your business, of course, after you're doing the internal work. It's the simple system that I have learned, which works, and I guarantee that every business mentor out there speaks about this exactly same steps, just named differently, presented differently, but fundamentally they're all the same. You can watch the videos and get everything for free. And that's all for now. I'll see you in the next videos.